When we serve the Father, evil clouds the truth. From the depths of darkness, come attacks on you. Then God shares His purpose, what He plans to do. From the depths of darkness, come attacks on you. Then God shares His purpose, what He plans to do.
On the very same night, both the cupbearer and the baker have disturbing dreams. Joseph sees them looking dejected the next morning.
And he asks them why they look so sad.
They explain they've had dreams, but there's no one to interpret them. And Joseph's response is telling.
What does he say?
Do not interpretations belong to God? Tell me your dreams. Again, he deflects personal ability and points towards a divine source for understanding.
So the cupbearer goes first. His dream.
A vine with 3 branches, budding, blossoming, producing ripe grapes. And he's squeezing those grapes into Pharaoh's cup, handing it to Pharaoh.
Joseph's interpretation.
Straightforward. The 3 branches are 3 days. Within 3 days, Pharaoh will lift up your head, meaning restore him to his former position.
But Joseph adds something else, doesn't he? A personal plea.
Yes, he asked the cupbearer. When all goes well with you, remember me and show me kindness, mention me to Pharaoh and get me out of this prison. He explains he was forcibly taken from his homeland and has done nothing to deserve being there.
A reasonable request. Then the baker shares his dream.
3 baskets of bread on his head, but birds are eating from the top basket meant for Pharaoh.
And the interpretation for him.
Grim. The 3 baskets are also 3 days. But this time, Pharaoh will lift off your head, literally, and impale your body on a pole, and the birds will eat away your flesh.
Wow. Quite different outcomes. And does it happen as predicted?
Exactly as predicted. 3 days later, Pharaoh's birthday feast. Pharaoh reviews their cases. He restores the chief cupbearer to his position.
And the baker
is executed, impaled, as Joseph said. The interpretations were spot on.
So surely the cupbearer remembers Joseph now.
You'd think so. But the source explicitly states the chief cupbearer did not remember Joseph. He forgot him.
Just forgot him, left him there.
Left him there. For another 2 full years, the text specifies, Joseph languishes in prison.
Until Pharaoh starts dreaming.
Yes. 2 very troubling dreams that wake him up. First, 7 sleek, fat cows come out of the Nile, followed by 7 ugly, gaunt cows that eat the fat ones but remain gaunt.
And the second dream.
Similar structure. 7 healthy, full heads of grain growing on one stalk, then 7 thin heads, scorched by the east wind, sprout up and swallow the healthy heads.
Pharaoh's disturbed. He calls his experts.
All the magicians and wise men of Egypt, but none of them can interpret the dreams for him. Their wisdom fails.
And that's when the cupbearer finally remembers.
Exactly. He confesses his fault to Pharaoh, telling him about his time in prison and the young Hebrew man there who accurately interpreted his dream, and the bakers.
So Pharaoh summons Joseph.
Immediately. They rush Joseph out of the dungeon. He shaves, changes his clothes, prepares himself for the royal audience. Pharaoh tells him the dreams, saying, I hear you can interpret dreams.
And Joseph's response, consistent.
Very consistent. I cannot do it, he says, but God will give Pharaoh the answer he desires.
A vision in his heart, the truth he's always known. When Pharaoh had a dream, God showed Joseph what it would be. When we serve the Father, evil clouds the truth. From the depths of darkness, come attacks on you. God shares his purpose, what he plans to do. When we serve the Father, evil clouds the truth. From the depths of darkness, come attacks on you. God shares his purpose, what he plans to do.
So what's the interpretation?
Joseph explains that 2 dreams are one message from God, revealing what he's about to do. The 7 good cows and good heads of grain represent 7 years of incredible abundance throughout Egypt.
Okay, that sounds good.
But the 7 gaunt cows and thin heads of grain represent 7 years of severe famine that will follow. A famine so devastating, Joseph says, that the abundance will be completely forgotten. The land will be ravaged.
And the fact that the dream was doubled.
Joseph says that means the matter is firmly decided by God and will happen soon. It adds certainty and urgency.
But Joseph doesn't just interpret, does he? He offers a solution.
This is crucial. He moves from interpreter to advisor. He tells Pharaoh he needs to find a discerning and wise man and put him in charge of the land of Egypt.
What should this person do?
Appoint commissioners, collect a fifth of the harvest during the 7 good years, and store it up in cities as a reserve against the 7 years of famine. This plan, he says, will save the country from ruin.
How does Pharaoh react to all this?
The plan impresses Pharaoh and his officials. But it's Pharaoh's reaction to Joseph himself that's really striking. He says to his officials, "Can we find anyone like this man, one in whom is the Spirit of God?"
He recognizes something extraordinary in Joseph.
Yes, he sees not just intelligence, but divine insight. He declares to Joseph, "Since God has made all this known to you, there is no one so discerning and wise as you."
And then the big promotion.
Huge. Pharaoh puts Joseph in charge of his palace and all his people. Only Pharaoh himself will rank higher. He basically makes Joseph the prime minister or vizier of Egypt.
Wow.